All right, folks, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and we are back for another edition of some of these interviews from the Bret Cooper Academic All-American. Now, I've got another one of these premier athletes from around the country. I got my first Alabama kid to come on down. We've got Skylar Hollingshead. He's from Opa-locka, Alabama.
It's pronounced Opelika.
I knew I was going to mispronounce it, but you know what? I'm glad I pronounced your name right than mispronouncing the town, you know. If I have a whole town full of people mad at me, I can make up for them as long as I got your name right. That's the most important part of this, man. So let's get a little bit of your football history, man. So what school do you currently attend? What positions do you play? And what school do you go to?
I attend Opelika Middle School, and I play defensive tackle.
All right, defensive tackle. Now, were you always on the defensive side of the ball, or is that a place that you migrated over time?
I usually play both sides, but I always prefer defense.
Most definitely. It's a chance to get your name said, you know. So outside of football, man, we were talking before we got started. You have some other interests, man. So what are your future plans to do with your education?
I want to be a doctor.
All right. Well, what was your motivation behind wanting to choose that career path?
I just always thought that being a doctor was such a noble job to do, and a good job for helping people in general.
All right, man, that's what's up. I mean, having that kind of heart is always good. But back over to football. So how'd your season go this year?
It's been good.
It's been good. All right. All right. So before we let you go, you know how we do on all these. Are there any organizations, any people, any friends or family that have supported you along your journey to get here to this All-American that you want to bring some shine on while you have the opportunity?
I want to shout out my mom. You know, she brought me here. She's always working hard to be able to let me do stuff like this, and just shout out to my family in general back home. And that's
You know how we do. You got to put a name on your mom's name.
my mother's name is Tiana Summers.
All right. Well, Miss Summers, you're definitely raising a dog. He's a very well-spoken young man. He likes to do most of his talking on the field. That's why he's a little quiet right now. So be on the lookout for him in the 13U game on Sunday. And this is his second Bret Cooper Academic All-American, so he's probably going to pop off the screen a little bit more than he did last year. We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. Appreciate you, man. Let's do it. All right, guys, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. We are back. I'm here with another one of those flying Hawaiian athletes. We got them all over here at the Bret Cooper Academic All-American. We've got Jaden Pablo. He's come a long way to participate in this game, and since he did, we want to get a little bit more information and shine some light on this young man. So tell us, man, how old are you? What school do you currently attend, and what's your position?
I'm 13, and I go Aliamanu Middle School, and my position is wide receiver or DB.
All right, man. All right. So tell us, man, have you been enjoying the trip? I know the weather, this Texas weather will change on you. I know when we came in here yesterday, it was like 80, started off in the morning. You could have put a jacket on, and now we're back to being hot sizzle. So how have you been enjoying the climate change?
I enjoy it because it's like Hawaii. It rains or it shines.
So I'm over here complaining about it. You're telling me that my weather's like paradise.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then. Well, what are some of the things that you like to do outside of sports and athletics? What do you do for fun?
I like to build things or like cook. Yeah.
You can cook.
Yeah.
So what you cooking?
I can cook chicken, rice, noodles.
All right. Well, that leads me into my next question because you've sat down. You're a handsome young man, got all this gold on, and you can cook. So how many current young ladies are chasing after you?
I don't know.
You lost track. I understand. I don't ever have that problem. I only have the one. But outside of that, man, so we touched on you're quite the chef. Are you involved in any other athletic programs? You play any soccer?
Yeah, soccer.
What's your position?
Striker.
Now, you're the first kid who's said they played soccer out of all our interviews, man, so you have a unique standpoint. Now, I tried to play soccer once. They didn't tell me that you had to run the whole time. I thought it was going to be like I run for a couple minutes and we stop and rest. You got to run the whole time. So what are some of the things that the soccer game has brought to your football game?
My movement and my stamina.
Most definitely. Those are all tools that you need to have to be a great football player. But you know what time it is. We always like to end all of our interviews the same way. We want to find out who are the people, the inspiration behind you, people that have pushed you to get to this moment. You have any thank yous or anybody you want to bring attention to while you have the moment?
I'd like to thank my coaches and my parents for pushing me every time to play.
We do parent names on Semi-Pro Lives. Let's get those identities.
My dad's name is Chris Pablo, and my mom's name is Alyssa Rodon Pablo.
Okay, man. Chris and Alyssa, this is a very well-spoken young man. We appreciate you guys flying him out here way from Hawaii and allowing us to have the opportunity to see his talent on full display. He's one of these amazing athletes that you'll see on the Sunday game. And, hey, if you have to come from Hawaii, getting to go to the Cotton Bowl and see in Alabama as well, that's always a nice bonus. But until next time, we'll see you guys on Semi-Pro Live. You're not the only one. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. We are back with another one of these North Carolina athletes. The state, well, actually the whole Carolinas has been making a big impact on the Bret Cooper Academic All-American. We've got Xavier Hassan. He's come a long way. He's been out at practice all day, so we're going to catch up to him after he's a little worn out, man. But tell us a little bit more about yourself, man. What city are you from? What position do you play? And what school you go to?
I'm from Durham, North Carolina. I play wide receiver and DB, and I go to Makalata.
All right. Well, you come from a part of the country that has a rich football tradition. It also has a rich basketball tradition. So my next question is, can you hoop?
I really don't play basketball like that.
I respect it, man. My basketball career ended when Paul George snapped his leg, and I was looking like, my legs are super skinny. That could have been me. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing it no more. But outside of that, man, so we know you're a football player. What other athletic activities are you involved in?
Track and field.
Track and field. So what are your races?
I'm a pentathlete.
Oh, so you a jack of all trades. And in a weird coincidence, I always felt like when the people who are in pantathletes and what's the other one called? Decathletes, I felt like they made the crossover of the sports may be a little bit easier just because it's so many different disciplines tied into one. Now, if you can get me and my audience up to date, what are the events that are combined into that?
Long jump, the 1500, high jump, shot put, and the 60-meter hurdles.
60-meter hurdles. All right. So when you're training for this, how does your training go? Because you're involved in so many different disciplines. Is it you spend a week with your track coaches, then you may, not a week, you spend a couple of days with your track coaches, and you go over to your shot coaches, or do you have a coach that works on all those disciplines?
So at my practice, we have a shot put, long jump, and high jump coach. And then, so I pretty much run for 30 minutes, and then I do all my other events with my coaches.
All right, all right. Well, that's very interesting, man. Well, another question for you. Outside of athletics, what are some of the different subjects or different things that you're not invested in, but interested in? So do you like to read? Are you a gamer? What are some of your outside of school, outside of football activities?
I play video games, and I like to have fun with my family.
Now, the games that you play, are you a Madden player? We on 2K, Call of Duty? What we doing out here?
Madden 2K.
Now, I've had a lot of kids say what you just said right now. Madden 2K, they get down, blah, blah, blah. Are you brave enough to drop your gamer tag so the folks at home can come see what you're talking about? Because the semi-pro livers, we play Madden, and they'll come see you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to see, are you brave enough?
QV4FT.
Now, one more time, you got to put it with some depth in your voice.
QV4FT.
All right, man, y'all heard that gamer tag. We going semi-pro livers, come for this man. We got to let them know. But anyway, man, we end our interviews the same way. We always want to know, man, people have supportive parents, especially when you do something like this. You got to get across the country. You're out here for a week. We know it's somebody who's been pushing you, getting you to this point. So do you have any people you want to give a thank you to or shed some light on while you have the opportunity?
My mom and dad,
Ooh, let's get them names, man.
Lisa Hassan and Muhammad Hassan.
All right, man. Well, big shout out to the Hassan family. You definitely raised a very well-spoken young man. It's been my pleasure to have this interview. We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. This is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. We are back. We've got another one of those South Jersey athletes. It's like they brought in the whole state. So we're going to really get a bigger picture of New Jersey football and the type of athletes that they have out there. But before I get started, I've got my guy, Sharif Frisbee. And yes, the last name is Frisbee. I thought it was just a weird spelling, but it's a cool last name. He got the cool number. And this is what I wanted you guys to notice. See, he's wearing 29. That means he's cold. When you're a lineman, they give you a 20 number, that means you're going to do something. Now, if you're a cornerback and they give you like 29, I don't know how much they like you. But outside of that, man, so how have you been enjoying the Bret Cooper experience?
It's been good so far.
You guys had your first day of practice today. Yesterday was mainly just registration, getting to know some of the other kids here. But you've had your first chance to get some of this higher level coaching. Was there any new concepts you were exposed to today?
Left hand stances, because I'm right-handed, and it was kind of hard to do the left hand stance, so I kind of learned how to do that.
I'm not going to say nothing about stances. I have weird beliefs on that. But outside of that, man, so you were able to travel across the country, a unique opportunity. So what other sports or activities are you involved in outside of football?
I play basketball for my school.
For your school? So you're a hooper? What position you play?
I play forward.
Forward. You know, that's actually a good combination for your two sports, a lineman and a forward. Those are similar positions. At least I know you're down in the paint banging. So outside of athletics, we know you're a hooper. Do you play any games? You read? You have any unique activities?
I go to the gym with my dad, and I like to play my game.
What kind of games you play?
I play Madden sometimes, and I'll watch YouTube. So
Man, I don't know why I said this earlier, but R.I.P. to John Madden, man. We should have took the time to say this earlier in the program, but R.I.P. to John Madden. But on that subject of John Madden, you said you play games. You said you got Madden. Are you brave enough to drop your gamer tag on here so the semi-pro livers can come see what you're talking about on Madden?
I mean, I'm not really that good at it. I just play it for fun. So.
Hey, look, man, at least he's real with it. A lot of y'all would have came on here stunting and just been a victim. But all right, I'm not gonna unleash the live livers on you. We're gonna hide his gamer tag. We're not gonna do him like that. But before we go, man, and before we start to wrap this up, is there any organizations, any people that have been supportive to you that you want to just bring some shine or attention to while you have the opportunity?
My family.
Let's get some names, man.
My mom, Rebecca Livingston, and my dad, Sharif Frisbee Sr.
All right. Oh, okay. So, you got stripes. Why didn't you put your Roman numeral on here? What is your Roman numeral? I need to know your Roman numeral. Don't do that to your dad.
Junior.
Junior, my bad, man. Look, Sharif came on here. He didn't tell me he was a junior. My apology to Sharif Sr. As a Channing Humphrey Sr., I would have wanted my son to let people know that he's the second. So I'll make sure that gets out here. And, man, it's been our pleasure to have this young man on. He's definitely a well-spoken young man. We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. All right, guys, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. We are back with another one of these amazing interviews with these athletes. I've got Michael Ware. First time we've had a chance to have a DB out of all of our interviews, which is kind of weird because there's a lot of athletes here, but first DB to make it down. He's probably too busy locking up somebody yesterday to make time to do this interview, but man, I want to just get a little bit more information from you as an athlete and as a person, man. So where are you from?
I'm from Fresno.
So Fresno, for those who aren't familiar, where's that in relation to what people typically think of when they go to California, LA? It's like further, is it south there? Pops, help us out.
Central Valley.
Central Valley, okay. So the breadbasket of America, that's where you're from, all right. So what are some of the things you do for fun?
Hang out with my cousins and play video games.
All right. So what games are you interested in? What type of gamer are you? Are you a novice or are you really out here? Are you just starting at gaming or are you almost a professional? Like
I want to be professional.
You want to say professional? I'm just asking because I've been making kids drop their gamer tags. You know what I'm saying? Don't half step through it. Like if you a gamer or you just out here just playing the game from time to time. So.
I'm a gamer.
You a gamer? Okay.
I play Warzone.
Play Warzone?
Yeah.
So are you gonna drop that gamer tag?
I will if you want that. If you want it.
No, this is Semi-Pro Live. The livers will come for you. They'll come for you. So we need that gamer tag, big dog.
Lock_ware, capital L and capital W.
Oh, he made it simple. We really coming for him as soon as this is over. Anyways, man, so outside of that, what do you enjoy about the school you go to? What school do you go to? What grade are you in?
I go to Edison Mattoons Chart Academy. I'm in 5th grade. And the sports are coming back there because all COVID hit. And they're going to be starting the basketball.
All right. Well, tell us about that, man. So the sports at your school were canceled due to COVID. How you guys been dealing with that over the last year? Did you have to mainly play youth football, or how did you get through sports last year?
We got through sports, like we didn't really have, like we started sports and right then I was in track. I was fit to start track, but then I didn't get to do it and I was just mad that whole time. Then now it's coming back, I'm happy now.
You got real fast for no reason, man. It's all right, man. I can't even get the real fast part, so But outside of that, man, so we got your football career. We handled your school. So, man, you're out here all the way from Fresno, California, man. That's a long distance. Of course, like everyone knows, you can't get out here by yourself. You're just a kid. So is there any family members, any organizations that may have been giving you support to get you to this point?
And my family.
All right, let's put some names on it, man. I know we got a proud father right here. At least his name got to get shouted out. Pretty sure your mom's pretty proud, too. We'll start with them, too. And if you want to put some names after that, that's up to your discretion, all right? So let's get those names.
My mom's name is Jennifer Estrada, and my dad's name is Michael Ware.
All right, man. Well, hey, big shout out to Mike for letting us borrow his son, man. I hope this goes viral like a lot of his other videos. But until next time, we will be getting an opportunity to see this man up close and personal on Sunday at the Bret Cooper Academic All-American. It'll be live right here on Semi-Pro Live. But until next time, we'll see. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. It's your interview.
Before we end, I want to give a big shout out to No Zone Training to help me get better at football. And I want to shout out to Tone Setters, my coach, Coach Calvin. And yeah.
Hey, at least you didn't mess up the interview by forgetting the people you need to thank. We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. We are back with another interview, another California kid, man. We've got my man Andrew Garcia. He's come all the way from Colingo, California. He's going to tell us a little bit more about himself, his football career, and the community he comes from. So let's just start off with the basics, man. What position you play, what school you go to, and what grade are you in?
I play receiver, wide receiver. I go to Colingo Middle School, and I'm in 7th grade.
All right, man. So this is your first year in 7th grade, first year of middle school football. How have you been handling the transition?
It's all right. It's the same.
Hey, man, we really have a problem in middle school football because the word is around the country is that the competition level is low and they're not putting enough money into it. So we definitely need to fix that as an education system. But outside of that, man, what about the academic portion? Have you been enjoying the new challenges that have been offered to you?
I like it. It's kind of easy though.
All right, well, what's your favorite subject?
Math.
Math. I like that. So school's easy for you and your favorite subject's math. All right, well, you seem like a pretty thoughtful young man. Do you have any career options you kind of thinking about outside of football right now?
An engineer.
Engineer. A man who plans on having the bag, man. I wish I had went to school for engineering. I went to school for political science, which gets you nothing unless you become a lawyer. So yes, that is a great. All you have to do now is pick if you want to be a chemical engineer. If you're a civil engineer, you'll always get paid, and if you're a chemical engineer, you'll always get paid. So think about those. But outside of that, man, what kind of things you do for fun outside of school and football?
I like to play basketball with my sisters, and I also like to draw.
Now there's questions. You say you play basketball with your sisters. So there's two questions. Can your sisters hoop?
It depends on the day.
So does that mean you can't hoop? I'm just saying because that's your comp. I got to judge you off. Now, if you was like my sisters, they on varsity in high school, they be dunking. I'll be like, all right, they out here. But are these your little sisters or older sisters?
Older.
All right, I'll give you a little bit of clout for that. All right, he gets a little bit of clout. He gets a little bit. All right, man, but before we go ahead and wrap this up and get on to some of these other athletes, I want to give you a chance to, first off, we got to put some names on those beautiful young sisters that have been supporting you to get out here. And let's give some shine to some of the people who pushed you to get to this moment right here, man. So you have anybody you want to thank while you have the opportunity?
My dad and my mom.
All right, let's put some names on those people.
My mom's name is Liz Garcia. My dad's name is Enrique. And my sisters are Lexi, Sadie, and Kelly.
That's cool, man. In my mind, every person named Enrique is a player. So you have player genes, so I expect to see big things from you, all right? All right, man. We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. My bad, I like talking football. All right, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. We are back with another one of these amazing academic All-American athletes. We've got Jackson Mendoza. Now, man, I want to get some information from you. I know you're a defensive end, but where'd you come all the way out from?
I came from Hanford, California.
Hanford, California. So is that in the Central Valley area?
Yeah, Central Valley.
Well, tell us about life in Hanford, man. What do you guys do for fun out there? What are some of the things that attract people to the community?
Not sure why it would attract people, but
Don't do your hometown like that.
That's the thing, though. But it's hot. It's really hot.
All right.
It can get really hot or it can get really cold.
No slugs, but I feel that way when I come to Houston. The humidity is crazy. But all right, man. So, what is your town known for? What do you guys do out there?
Not really sure what it's known for.
Okay, I'm gonna keep all the questions pertaining to you. That's new. I learned that. All right, man. So, what outside of football, what do you do for fun?
I like playing on my Xbox. Just staying active outside with friends too.
Okay. So, you're another one of these brave gamers, or are you a novice, or are you the man?
I'm the man.
All right. Well, you know, he's the man. That's what he said. He's the man. So we're gonna need your gamer tag because I'm a PS5 person, but we got live livers of all flavors. So they'll come see what you're talking about. Let's get that gamer tag so I can send somebody after you.
All right. Okay, this is gonna sound weird because Xbox generated, but it's
Hold on.
Yeah.
You know, novice usually let Xbox generate their codes, but I'm not messing with y'all.
Okay, so it's weird, but it's favored zebra 932. Capital F, capital Z. Add it. Play me. I'll destroy you. Let's go. Right now.
I just left that there because after you said favored zebra, you know what I'm saying, I didn't know what was coming next. I'm gonna let him keep talking. You know? All right, man. So we know you with it on the game. You know, we may not want no smoke. I'm gonna leave you alone on that one. So, what do you do? What is your favorite subject in school, and what are some of the things? What's your favorite subject in school, and what are some activities you like to do outside of gaming?
My favorite activity in school is probably like.
You have a favorite subject,
Even
if it's not your favorite. It's a subject that you hate the least.
My favorite subject, probably, I'm really good at math, but spelling's like my thing. I've won the spelling bee 3 times already.
Why did it
for
take
my
you so
county.
long when you've won the spelling bee 3 times? Did you win the math bee too in the art Okay, I don't know. You might have. That's why I was asking. You know, I don't know who I'm sitting next to. You might be that dude, and I just don't know, and I'm just talking crazy to you. So, all right. So you have a lot of things to talk about at your school. And so you done won the spelling bee. Are these 3 years in a row?
So I won it twice in a row, and then one year I messed up on one word in my school spelling bee, so I didn't go to county.
So you've been winning county spelling bees.
Yeah.
You didn't feel that I needed to know that, or the people, or they give out academic scholarships too, right? All right, man. So how long have you been involved in competitive spelling?
Since I was in 1st grade, and I'm in 6th grade right now.
So you wanted to tell me about your gaming career when you're like a 6-year professional spelling bee champion and stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, some things don't impress you that may impress others. I don't know. All right, well, you're quite the interesting kid, man. So we got a spelling bee champ, and you said you were good at math, and then we kind of paused and went over to spelling. So let's go back to that math, man. Or you have any accolades or awards that we didn't know about that as well?
Not really. It just comes a little easy to me.
Now, I'm a person who math has always been difficult for me. So what are the parts about math that kind of soothe you? What do you like about it?
I don't really know because it's like it just comes easy to me. So like sometimes I'm bored in class, but like since it comes easy, it's not really like something I have to work on all the time. So that's one takeaway from having to go to school every day.
Well, you're spelling bee champion, so we're gonna hit you with an SAT word. You are a savant. You know what a savant is?
No.
A savant is someone who is just naturally good at something. They can't really explain it. It's not from practice, or you're just a savant. Like in media, I started this whole media thing with 2 broken iPads that I got from cons. I didn't even own the iPads. All right? And I just made this happen. So I'm a savant at media stuff. You are a savant at spelling because you just It's something I struggle with to this day. So that's definitely something we'd like to keep up. And if your parents are out here, send us his spelling bee awards and stuff. We like to give kids credit and shine for everything that they do, not just athletically. But before we go ahead and wrap this one up, man, you came all the way out from California. And, even though you're a savant at spelling, I'm pretty sure somebody hooked you up with some spelling lessons. It may have been a family member a time or two. So is there anybody at home, any organizations you want to give some love to, give some shine to while you have the opportunity?
Okay, so I really want to thank my mom, my dad, and especially my sister for always being there in my football journey.
Let's get
And
the
I
names.
said, so my sister's name is Mia, my dad right there, my mom over there,
Okay.
Steve and Dina.
All right. Oh, we got the whole family out here. Well, shout out to the whole Mendoza family, man. I thank you for letting us borrow your son. And next time, let him start with the spelling bee, man. 'Cause that was the most impressive thing somebody told me all day. We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey. We are back with another one of these amazing Bret Cooper Academic All-American athletes. I've got my guy. We've got Lonnie Robinson, and the coolest thing about him is this is the first non-Texas shag that I've seen at the Bret Cooper. Go ahead. You gotta turn it to the side. Let them see that lush, man. You know what I'm saying? That is not a Texas shag. That's a California shag right here, man. So before we get into your football career and everything else, I personally want to know, what is the inspiration behind the shag?
I just been seeing people with it, and then I just wanted it right after I seen it. And my brother, he told me to get it too.
Okay, they came with the shag, with the player shag. I understand, man. Now, I'm from Arlington, and Arlington I'm not from Arlington. I'm from Akron, but I lived in Arlington growing up, and Arlington is a suburb of Dallas. And in Arlington, somebody would have gotten a shag like that, but they would have gotten some S-curl, and they would have curled the back, and that joint would have been curly, hanging off the back of your neck. But that's another subject. But on to, what school do you go to? What grade are you in? And what position you play?
I go to Turner Elementary, and I'm in 6th grade, and I play wide receiver.
All right, man. So you're at a crucial time in your development. For the most part, playing wide receiver before you get to the upper ages, you're basically playing running back. So it's, lots of jet sweeps. You might get a hitch or something, but now you're starting to get to the age where they're throwing the ball downfield. How have you been enjoying
I used to play quarterback.
Which was also running back at one time. Yeah. But how have you been handling the transition into a receiver, and did your skills at quarterback make the transition any easier?
With the quarterback, it was just easy. We never threw the ball. We threw the ball sometimes, but with the wide receiver, this is like my second year with wide receiver. And when I went to Tunsteaders, Coach Mike, he taught me how to play it and stuff.
All right, man. So what's your favorite part about being a receiver besides catching the ball, obviously?
I just like the position.
Get to be a little bit more player, show a little bit more of your personality. I understand. Now, do you have any activities or things you enjoy doing outside of football or athletics?
I play the game sometimes.
We dropping gamer tags today, so I mean, if you mention that, that means you want some smoke. So are you looking for smoke?
Yeah.
Well, hey, my man, looking for smoke, man. So what's that gamer tag?
It's PAYED_2K.
All right, man. So what games are you on? What system you on?
I'm on Xbox Series S, and I like Madden and 2K.
All right, man. We gonna see if you like them. Well, you might not like them. You gonna play them, and then when you're playing them, you may not like it then. But you know how. But anyway, man. Outside of that, man, what's your favorite subject in school?
Math.
Mathematician. So what attracts you to the math world?
It's just easy, and like it's just gonna help a lot with life and stuff.
Man, I'm glad that we have this whole generation of young black and brown men who have decided to embrace math. Because I come from a whole generation of people who hated math and did everything they could to not have to deal with it. So it's really good to see you guys embracing it and making it part of your natural skill set. But before we go ahead and wrap this up, man, we know you came a long way. You talked about your brother and it giving you the inspiration for this awesome shag here. So what are some of the people or some of the family members that maybe have pushed you to get to this position you're at right now? And would you like to take an opportunity to thank them?
My mom, my dad, and my brother and my grandma, Coach Mike, and that's it.
Now we make all the kids name their mamas and dads, so go ahead.
My mom's name is Marshonda Robinson, and my dad's name is Antonio Robinson.
All right, man. Well, hey, big shout out to the whole Robinson family. Thank you for letting us borrow your well-spoken son for this couple of minutes. We'll see him live on Sunday at the Bret Cooper Academic All-American. He's also going to be live in the house at the Cotton Bowl as we watch Alabama going head-to-head against the Cincinnati Bearcats. We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and we are back with another one of these amazing athletes. We've got Jamar Howard all the way from Fresno, California. Now, we're going to catch up to him, learn a little bit more information about him as a person and an athlete. So, you're from Fresno. Tell us about Fresno.
To be honest with you, it's pretty boring. I mean, like, it's not bad, but it's not a lot to do out there.
All right, now I'm going to pause you on this. Now, I'm from Akron, Ohio. Do you know where Akron is?
Yes.
No, you think you do because LeBron told you about it. Akron is a little tiny town outside of Cleveland that is dead. We used to have the Goodyear factory, and then it shut down, and it took all the jobs and money, and we got methamphetamine problems and all the terrible things that happen in America happen in Akron. But one thing you'll never hear somebody from Akron do is get on a camera and say anything negative about Akron. You do the same thing with Fresno, big dog. All right, man. So let's get back to your interview, man. So tell us about Fresno.
Okay, Fresno, it's a lot of stuff you can do out there. And, like, I play football out there, like, and a whole bunch of people come to Fresno just to play football.
This kid's so intelligent, man. I like how you took that knowledge and applied it directly to your craft, man. So what school do you go to? What grade are you in? And what position do you play?
I go to Nelson Elementary, and I'm 11 years old, and I'm in 6th grade, and I play quarterback.
Quarterback. All right. So were you always a quarterback, or you transitioned into a quarterback?
So I was a wide receiver, but no quarterback. Like, I used to run routes, but they couldn't reach me. So I switched to quarterback, and then that worked out for me.
I would tell you to never talk down on your quarterback, but you are him, so it's okay. So you have a unique transition, because it's real common for quarterbacks to transition into wide receivers, but you rarely hear about it the other way around. So how have you been enjoying the transition?
It's pretty good. I like quarterback better because you get to have, like, the ball in your hands. You get to be in control of a lot of the stuff, and so I feel like it's like easier, but it's hard at the same time.
I mean, I'm keeping honest with you. You guys play a different sport than us. We play football. Y'all play quarterbacks. It's a little bit different. I'm not saying one is better or harder than the other. They are just two different subjects. But man, outside of that, what do you do for fun?
So I play other sports. So I play basketball and baseball.
Baseball. Okay, man. Rich California baseball tradition, man. What position do you play?
Shortstop.
Shortstop. So you're a quarterback shortstop. Man, that goes together like peanut butter and jelly, man. So what got you involved in baseball?
I love watching Aaron Judge. I'm a New York Yankees fan, so I used to love watching Aaron Judge and Derek Jeter.
So you have the Dodgers in your backyard. Basically closer than the Yankees. And you chose to be a Yankees fan? I guess, man. It's okay. He's young. We'll have him another 2 years here at the Bret Cooper to change some of his mindset. But outside of that, man, do you have any friends, family members that you want to bring light to, or organizations you want to bring light to while you have the chance?
First of all, I just want to thank God for the opportunity.
Man, and that was the first God thank you.
My grandma and grandpa, and then my mom and my sister, and Coach Mike, and all my other coaches.
Well spoken and perfectly said, like a quarterback. So I believe you on the quarterback thing. That was a very quarterback answer.
Oh, I play Xbox too.
So are you brave enough to drop the gamer tag? Because you know they'll come for you. You was done with the interview. You know that I was going to give you your outro. We was going to be over, but now they're going to come for you.
They can come for me all they want.
Okay, well, drop that gamer tag, man.
Don't forget it. It's L2 GBK Aqua AQUA. Don't forget it.
Now, the only reason you keep saying don't forget it is because you put a Q. You have a name with a Q in it, man. It could be forgotten. They're going to QU. But it's all right, man. We'll have this on here. It'll be live. It'll be posted. And he's real confident in his Xbox skills, so I need to live live to go see what he's talking about. But hold on. I didn't let you thank your family. What am I doing? So before we let you go, man, do you have any family members, organizations you want to thank?
Valley Bulldogs, Tone Setters, and then Yeah, I already thanked all my family members.
We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. Thank you very much. Let's do it. This is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. We are back, man. I've got another one of these athletes. This is our largest athlete of the day. Came in here kind of swole, kind of swole. We got Tikihola. Man, what city are you from?
I'm from a small town called Bastrop, Texas.
Oh, you're a Texan. Hey, this is my dude. I didn't know he was a Texan, man. See, from Bastrop, isn't that like near Austin, kind of?
Like 20 minutes away.
20 minutes away from Austin. Okay. That's also where that show, what was it? The Leftovers was filmed a couple years ago over in Jordan, Texas. That's my show. Y'all need to check that out. HBO, give me some sponsorship money. But outside of this, man, so is this your first academic All-American?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So have you been enjoying the experience?
Yes, sir.
No,
So
how
far.
have you been enjoying the experience? Because you're really like the commercial right now. Because, we have all kinds of kids from the East Coast, Florida, California. We got kids from Hawaii. But for some reason, the Texas kids aren't seeing the value in it. So maybe they need to see some fellow Texans to understand what's going on here. So, man, tell us about how you've been enjoying the experience so far.
It's been pretty good. Everybody's pretty chill and nice. You know, it's like this is my first year here, so it's a pretty good start.
All right, man. So what position do you play?
D-line.
D-line, man. So have you always been a D-lineman, or did you dibble and dabble in other positions kind of made your way here?
Whenever I used to play youth football, they used to switch me from tight end to running back.
Okay. So do you feel that some of your skill set from being a tight end and a running back translated over to your new career as a lineman?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. So, man, outside of that, man, what are some of the things you do for fun? What are some of the activities you enjoy outside of school and outside of athletics?
I like to spend time with family and sometimes go to the park and hoop with my friends.
Now, you look pretty tall. I was going to ask if you was a hooper. 'Cause some people be built like this and they just be rough and they can't really hoop. So what position you play in basketball?
Center and small forward.
Okay, physical positions. All right. So if I had to ask you, are you a better basketball player or a better hooper?
I'm gonna probably say a better hooper.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're gonna maybe get some Antonio Gates going on, man. So we got that. So what's your favorite position in school? Favorite subject in school?
Probably algebra.
Algebra. So you're the first person to get specific. I think a lot of these kids have told me that their favorite subject is math because that's a cool thing to tell somebody that's your favorite subject. But you actually picked a specific discipline. So what is it that you like about algebra?
To me, it's kind of easy.
Now, is it just you like it because it's easy, or do you like it because algebra is one of the math disciplines that applies directly to life? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, there's 6 apples and minus this many. What X is? That's you go through those questions every day in life, even if they're not labeled as algebra. So, is that, or what are some of the things that attract you to being an algebra fan?
Like sometimes algebra goes with like some of the real life situations, so I just like put together the pieces.
Most definitely. Now, outside of that, man, have you been thinking about any college choices? You got a favorite school?
Ohio State.
Hey, he's a Buckeye fan. I like this kid. He's a Texan. He like the Buckeyes, man. Who is this guy? All right, man. I was born at the Ohio State Medical Center in Columbus, so I was born at Ohio State, so I'm a fan. But outside of that, man, we have to wrap up all these interviews eventually. So before we get this wrapped up, we want to give you an opportunity you maybe haven't had to come as far as Hawaii, but Bastrop's a long way from Dallas, so it was a long drive. You definitely had supporters that helped you get here, helped you get involved in this. So do you want to shed some light on any of your supporters while you have the opportunity?
Well, first off, I just want to thank God, my mom Trina, my dad Samisi, and my 2 sisters back at home, Kayla and TC. And I just want to thank the whole organization of 9 Elite Training and my 2 coaches, Coach Jordan and Coach Carlos.
Most definitely. Well, hey, man, he looks like a Texas athlete. Excited to see him. He'll be here live on Semi-Pro Live for the Bret Cooper Academic All-American on Sunday. Tune in. We'll see you guys next time. We are back. This is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and I got my guy with me, man. He's affectionately known as Sunshine, probably because he'll pop you like the real sunshine in life. But, man, we've got William Taylor the fourth, man. He's made his way back, and while I'm happy to see – the reason I'm so happy to see this kid is he's been through a lot over last year. He actually broke his leg last year in this actual bowl game. Spent all last year recovering through rehab. He's back looking a little bit more cockstrong than last time I saw him. So he's definitely been in that weight room. So we just want to catch up on him, see how the outside of Bret Cooper football career has been going. And just how was it rehabbing, getting back to this level?
It was took a long time, but just stuck with it every single day, working on my leg mobility, working out too, getting bigger. Can't stop working out because of a small injury, and I just got back to it.
Now, I'm looking at you, and part of it, you do look a little bit bigger. Was that on purpose? Or did you put on you know how Michael Jordan, after he got banged up by the Pistons, he went to the weight room. So was that part of your thought behind it? Because you were a skillful player. You just weren't as big as some of the other athletes that last year.
I was a lot smaller, kind of. I gained like 20 pounds. I was like 175. I'm like 190 right now. So, yeah, even though rehabbing, I was still working out every muscle, not letting it stop me, really. And that's pretty much what I was doing.
Most definitely, man. So, I mean, you're coming from a unique position. What were some of the lessons just life lessons that you learned from going through this experience, having to have that resolve to come back?
Just stick with it. Have all your family motivating me, which is awesome. So I didn't really put my head down. Super disappointed when it happened, but I knew I was going to come back really strong, and just super happy to be back here.
Most definitely, man. Well, we're happy to have you back. But for the fans who don't know you from last year, man, so let's get your stat line. So, what school you from? Mm-hmm. What city you're from, and what position you play?
I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and then I play defensive end and middle linebacker, and I go to Fort Dorchester. I play for their school.
Okay. Now you have to make sure you let them know you from Chicago, not from Des Moines. He from Chicago. I'm from the Midwest, so I know about that. Anyways, man, so what has the competition been like down here? Have you enjoyed meeting new teammates, the different kids from all over the place?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I made a couple friends already, which is cool. And it's a lot harder competition, but it's pretty fun, though.
All right, man. So after your experience last year, do you feel that you're more prepared for the level of competition this time around?
For sure. I feel like 1,000% kind of. I'm bigger too, which is nice. I'm a lot stronger. So, and I was running back then, which is crazy because I transitioned to a whole different position. But
sorry about that, folks. Allergies killing me.
You good.
So your transition from running back. What position are you playing this year?
I'm playing DN right now.
DN. You know, it's crazy that you say that, but there are a lot of running backs that transition from running back to defensive lineman. Yeah. But I've never had a chance to interview any of them. So, what are some of the traits that come from your game as a running back and a quarterback that you're able to apply to your defensive lineman game now?
The explosiveness and your first start helps a lot from running back. You got to be fast. And just use that to my advantage because I'm a little smaller for defensive end, but I'm strong and a lot faster than all those bigger guys. So it helps a lot.
Most definitely, man. Well, hey, he's even more my guy. Now he's a defensive lineman like me, so we're brothers forever. But before I let you go, man, I know you got to support a family out here. I've met them several times, so let's put some names and give the people that helped get you here a little bit of glory.
All right. I want to give a shout-out to Coach G's Football Academy for getting me here, and then at Can't Stop Training for finishing it all and helping me with my leg. And shout out to my family for keeping me motivated and sticking with it.
Let's get some names. We got mom and dad. They over here real proud.
My dad, Billy, and my mom, Jade.
All right, well, Billy and Jade, you definitely raised a dog. We're happy to see Sunshine back out here. And if you're ready to see him on the field again, you can catch all the action live right here on Semi-Pro Live Sunday at the Bret Cooper Academic All-American. We'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you, Sunshine. Hey, I'm glad to see you back. Able to have that one-on-one aspect with some of the youth from the DFW. This is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. A little bit of a special guest. We have Kayla from the show Bring It here to know or be on the lookout as they try to become D1 athletes and further their careers.
The one thing I always tell kids when I talk to them before football, anything, make sure you take care of your schoolwork. Make sure you listen to your parents, teachers, coaches, be appreciative of them because the things they do, they go outside the boundaries to help you get to where you're trying to be playing football. You know,
I was calling coaches, college coaches. We calling the majors D1 to the higher D2. We're calling coaches.
Yes, we got Reggie Swinton, former Dallas Cowboy great, former Detroit Lion, and he was in the NFL longer than, I've done anything else in my life, so I'm probably missing an NFL team or two. But man,
when I go there, I'm gonna get bigger. That's in my head. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get bigger for sure.
Hey man, this is a coach's dream. You introduce yourself to our audience. The Semi-Pro Live audience doesn't know you. I know you very well, but Jim Pointer of Lamar High School.
Well, thank you. That's really, really nice of you. Boy, I have to tell you a quick story. That 6th grade.
Tough. I was fighting it. I've been fighting it for my whole life, pretty much. So freshman year.
Arlington, Texas. I'm out here. I have the pleasure of bringing one of the hometown cats who's made good, man. I have Madre Harper, secondary player for the New York Giants. Biggest pleasure I've had of today. We got NFL star Akeem Talib out here with his unit, NDU, North Dallas out here representing. So, man, tell me a little bit more about Team Fans.
You know what? These guys, they play hard, man. I have nothing but the utmost respect for Coach Don Smith and what he does with that Highland Park team, and they're always consistently pushing us to be better. And these guys just show up, right? They show up. We
see Roy Williams. Now, man, I just wanted to take a moment to see what you doing out here with Coach Reggie.
And Coach Reggie got me out here in this heat with these kids, man. So, anything for the kids out here coaching this all-star event.
Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and I'm back with another one of our repeat Bret Cooper performance. We got Calvin Conway. Now, I remember the name, couldn't remember where you're from. Where'd you come all the way down from?
I came home from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Another one of these awesome Philly athletes, man. So, how have you been enjoying the weather? I know you're coming from the East Coast. It's probably a little bit cooler up there than it is down here, man. So, have you been enjoying the weather transition?
I mean, it's very like cold up here now. So it's very like it's snowing a lot and it's like raining, like real winds. And then like when it come out here, it's like you're saying I want to go in your shorts now, like so. So yeah, it's real.
Hey, man, I understand. Matter of fact, every time it gets real cold out here, I get mad. I'm like, bro, I came down from Akron, so I wouldn't have to deal with snow. When they had that snowstorm last year, I was confused. But anyway, man, so what are some of your interests outside of football?
Getting good grades, keeping my grades up, linking with friends, chilling with family members, and living life,
What I like is that you started your statement off with getting good grades. So just to follow on that, man, what's your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject in school is ELA. I like it because I like reading a lot, and I like restating questions and answering them.
So for the folks who are in Texas-based school districts, what does ELA stand for?
English Language Arts.
Oh, so you're an English person. All right, so are you a writer or a reader?
I'm more of a reader.
More a reader, okay. Do you do any outside of school reading, or are you more of just you tear up what they give you in the classroom?
I tear up what they give me in the classroom.
Hey, you gotta ask, man. I don't put that pressure on everybody. We all got tablets, iPhones. We play games. It's not a lot of. This may be something that people don't want to hear, but people don't have time to sit down and read a 2,000-page book. I can work it in. If it's on my phone, I can read it on my phone. But anyway, man, outside of that, so you're English. Well, do you plan on pursuing that into college or into a career?
Hopefully, yes.
Hey, man, you could. They take academic and sports scholarships. You can get them both at the same time. So, what kind of things did you do to prepare to come down here?
Work out, stay in the gym, stay fit, stay healthy. You gotta always keep your body healthy, cause a lot of things like can happen just straight out the blue. Anything can happen, snap your ankle, anything, just playing around. So, stay healthy, most likely.
All right, man. So, what position do you play?
I play defensive back,
and yeah.
All right. So I always got to ask, what attracts you to playing defensive back over playing receiver?
If you want me to be honest, I like locking down the receivers, you know. Just showing them like who really on the field, who really showing them, you know what I mean? Like,
See, I ain't gonna do you like that. Most people come at a DV and be like, oh, it's because he couldn't catch. I'm not gonna do it like that because the game has changed. So a lot of the kids who fit the athletic build of a corner, now those kids are receivers. And the people who used to be a corner in the early 2000s, yeah, they're playing receiver and running back. And the people who are playing receivers, the 6'2 guy, the 6'3 guy, now he's coming over to play cornerback. So it's kind of the type of athlete has switched. So I was wondering, do you just like locking kids down, or is it like it got to a point where you're built like the new age corner and you pops to somebody seen it early and was like, you need to play corner? So
it was really just I was new to playing corner when I was 12, playing for Little League, Longcrest Lions, shout out to them. And it was just like I was new to it, and they was getting me ready, but I also played safety in my 11U, so I kind of had the knowledge for it. And when I played and we had little scrimmages, I was like, yo, they're like, this is fun. Like, this is just fun and, like, awesome to play. So
I mean, to be honest, and you if you want to play defensive lineman without actually having to wrestle with fat people, you know, especially the early years in corner, that's where it's at. Like, you're going to play containment, you're going to get a lot of tackles, the ball always coming towards you, especially in youth league. So, hey, I understand that, man. But before we go ahead and wrap it up, because we got to move on to some of these other athletes, is there somebody who's been supportive to you, helped you get down here? You came all the way from Philly. I know them tickets weren't cheap. So is there somebody you want to bring some shine to or some love to while you got the opportunity?
of course, I want to give some love to my Uncle Champ, my Aunt Rhonda, my mom, family, my friends, my day ones, just a lot of people. I ain't gonna say too much, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people behind me. But yeah, I like to shout them out, you know what I'm saying, for staying with me.
Hey, man, shout out to Uncle, man. It's not a lot of times I get to see an actual uncle that's taking a kid cross country for a football opportunity, man. So that's a valuable resource there. Real talk. But, man, until next time, man, it's been a privilege having the honor of getting to speak with such a well-spoken young man. We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. Appreciate you. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and I had to put on the shades, man. My next guest was just so cool that I had to bust out my Pradas to match, his player levels of player ambience that he was bringing to my stage. So I've got Jared Higginbotham. He's an athlete that's out here with the Bret Cooper All-American, one of the cooler guys we've had the opportunity of interviewing today, man. So I know what my motivation was behind the sunglasses. What were your motivation behind the sunglasses today?
Man, I really think it's just getting here as, not many people get here. So, you got to show how cool you are because you're here,
Most definitely. If you're going to be an academic All-American, you might as well look like an academic All-American.
Exactly.
Are we, at the end of the day, are we not all trying to get as rich as Dion?
I mean, I know I am.
Me too. So, man, let's just dig into it. Besides you just being a naturally cool cat, man. So, what position do you play? What school you go to?
I mean, I play running back and safety, but this week I'll be playing safety.
Okay.
And so I go to DePaul Catholic, and I'm in 8th grade.
All right, man. What city and state are you from?
I'm from Philadelphia. I live in Bucks County, which is the outside of Philadelphia. So, yeah.
You know what? You're better than a lot of people because I'm out here in Dallas, and a lot of our Dallas teams, they all went out to YNC and stuff for the championship, and it didn't matter if they was from Fort Worth, Louisville, Grand Prairie. As soon as they got to another state, they was from Dallas. So I'll shout out to you being real enough to let them know, man. Now, I don't stay all the way in Philadelphia. We in that nice area where we got a Whole Foods and access to education and, medical facilities in abundance, man. We ain't trying to live like that no more. Hey, look, I always tell kids the same thing because kids always want to act like they still live in the hood. I was from Akron, and when my mom moved me from Akron to Arlington to go live in the suburbs, boy, I'm from Arlington. I told everyone I'm from Arlington now. What are you talking about? This is where I've always lived. I'm from here. But anyway, man, on to another subject. So what are some of the things you enjoy doing outside of football?
I like to play baseball, and I run track in the springtime and summertime as well.
So baseball player, track player, but let's touch on the baseball, man. What positions you play?
I play first base mostly because I'm left-handed, and I also play center field.
Okay, so you're a big-time hitter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. So now I gotta ask this as well, just because I'm a baseball person. Are you a first baseman because you were a big-time hitter, or are you a first baseman because y'all had some athletes?
Well, mainly because I'm left-handed.
Okay.
That's the reason. But I'm also a big hitter too, and I'm fast as well.
Most definitely. So what are some of the skill sets that you take from your baseball game, and how do you apply it to football?
Well, in baseball, it's more like a faster tempo than football is. So I add the quickness into baseball, and I add that into football.
Most definitely. Now, before we go ahead and get ready to wrap this up, man, we noticed, you came all the way from Philadelphia. It's a long way. You have a very supportive mother that we had to battle to get these sunglasses on today, man. So, there's some people, some family members, some friends you want to bring some attention to while you have the opportunity.
Yeah. Well, I have some family that I would like to shout out. I like to shout out my mom over there and my grandma as well. My grandpa wasn't able to come, but shout out to him as well. And I also like to shout out to Mount Airy Bantams for getting me to this opportunity. So shout out to them.
That's what's up, man. Your grandma made it too?
Yep, she sure did.
Where grandma at? Grandma, okay, we got the whole family affair in here. Well, hey, big shout out to Jared. I appreciate this cool cat giving me the opportunity to upgrade my cool level with this interview. Until next time, we'll see him on Sunday live at the Bret Cooper Academic All-American. You're watching Semi-Pro Live. Appreciate you, big dog. Great interview, man. You're very well spoken. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and we are back. We got my guy, Josiah Hyder. He's come a long way from North Carolina, the Wilmington community, and he's another one of these great examples of Carolina football on display once again. So I just wanted to take a chance to get to know this young man, get a chance to speak with him, and get our audience an opportunity to learn a little bit more about him. So, well, we already know you're from Wilmington. What school do you attend, and what positions do you play?
I go to Friends School in Wilmington, and on offense I play right guard, and on defense I play tackle or nose tackle.
All right, man. So, first thing is, what is it that you enjoy about lineman play?
It's cool and all. Yeah, you have the first chance to get the tackle if you're on defense. And offensive is a little bit easier than defensive because you're the one who's actually blocking the person. But yeah, it's really fun.
All right, man. So, are you interested in any other sports outside of football?
Basketball and baseball.
Oh, we got a hooper and a baseball player. So, what positions do you play in basketball and baseball?
I play center. Well, I play center. And baseball, I play third base.
Third base, okay. So what actually got you involved in baseball? Was that something you've always done, or is that something that you came across a little bit later on in life?
Out of all the sports that I play, baseball I've played the most.
Okay. I always liked that. My grandfather was a baseball player, so I always got to show baseball players some love. So outside of athletics, man, what are some of the activities or things you like to do for fun?
If I feel like it, I'll go outside. If not, I'll possibly be on one of my electronics inside the house.
Now, electronics, are you a gamer?
I play Minecraft and Roblox, but that's about it.
All right, because, I got live livers, and they'll come see what your gamer tag is and see what you're talking about. I don't think that's what you want, so we're gonna let them make it live livers. Don't come after them this time. All right, man. Now, before I let you go, we get on to some of these other interviews, I want to know, man, you came a long way. Is there any family members, any people, any supporters?
I like to thank my family, my siblings. They're really supportive. My mom and dad are also very supportive. My dad used to be one of my coaches back home for football, and I would also like to thank my old coaches and my teammates from back home. They're both extremely supportive of me.
Well, most definitely, man. Now, we Semi-Pro Live, so we need you to put a name on your dad, at least, then we can move on. We make people give out names. We want to know who these people are getting these kids to these places.
Okay, so my dad's name is Perry Heyer.
Well, hey, man, big shout out to Perry. Very well-spoken young man right here. We're excited to see him on the field and what he's going to be able to get going on Sunday. If you want to see the Bret Cooper Academic All-American, it will be live, free. Yeah, we're not doing pay-per-view. We're not going to charge you per view. Free right here on Semi-Pro Live. Check us out. And until next time, we'll see you guys again on Semi-Pro Live. Appreciate you, big dog. This is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and we had a guy pop on here with sunglasses, but this might be the coolest cat of the day. We got Chaden Morris, and I'm so sorry. Let me start over. Chaden Morris, and he's the first name that I messed up, and it might have been because he was so cool. But anyway, man, we want to get a little bit more information about you. Where you from? What position you play? And what school you currently going to?
I'm in 8th grade. I'm from Owensboro, Kentucky. I play receiver for Owensboro Red Devils.
Oh, hey, you know what's cool? I actually used to sell the banner advertisement space for Owensboro High School for like 2 years when I was at Boost Sports. So for years and years, I was a random black guy in Texas with a Texas phone number calling random businesses in in that community, getting them to give me their credit card number over the phone. So shout out to the whole community. But in a weird coincidence, my grandfather's from Kentucky. He's from Lexington, Kentucky. His name was Lou Johnson. He's actually got a little street named after him. He was on the '65 World Series team with the Dodgers. But back to you, man. So you're a physical specimen, man. So we talked to you at the beginning. You said you played receiver, and then I think we had a coach or a family member introduces you as you were Mr. Everything. You played some receiver, some defensive end. So what's been the key to you being able to fit so many roles for your organization?
Question.
I tried to come with a hard one. Nah, it's just how are you able to play so many positions despite being built like a true receiver?
Being athletic and being built, working out, doing the things to fill the role for the different positions to help the team out.
Now a lot of kids in your situation, they specialize. So they'll get to becoming a receiver, and they'll get there, and they'll stay a receiver for the rest of their career. And part of that because each one of the positions has a different physical demand and a different demand as far as physicality in the game. How are you able to, go play receiver and deal with those physical demands, and then go play defensive line and deal with those physical demands, and still be able to keep everything balanced at the same time?
I guess just working on it during practice every day, working on all the footwork and everything, getting built in the weight room.
All right, man. Now, what's it like playing football in a state like Kentucky? You guys have a rich football tradition. It's just the problem is a lot of people may not know about your rich football tradition. So what are some of the struggles of being a Kentucky athlete where you guys have high standards? You may not get as much exposure as some other athletes.
I'm stuck on that question.
I'm going to tell you the truth. You're more handsome than me, so you really can just look in the camera and smile on some of those and get away with it. You hit one of them joints, you'll be okay. But all right, we'll move on to another one, man. So what's your favorite subject in school?
Science.
Science. Is there a type of science that you like, or are you just curious with all the different sciences?
I just like building stuff and doing projects for different things.
Have a future engineer, man. All right. So what sparked your interest in science?
Electronics, building stuff with electronics, and I like this dissecting things too.
Okay, you're fascinated with the construction of things. All right. So outside of that, man, do you play any other sports? You're quite athletic. You play multiple positions. Do you play any other sports?
Yeah, I play basketball.
Basketball, hooper. Now you got a unique build where you could play all five, but what position are you playing right now?
Big man, center.
Playing center. All right, hey man, you got a physical spirit. So you playing center, receiver, and some defensive end. I like that's a nice little mix you got going on over there. But you know how we do all these. Before I let you go, is there any family members, any supporters, any people that have guided you to this moment that you would give some attention to while you have the chance?
I want to thank God, my dad, my mom, and that's pretty much it. My friends and my family.
We need dad and mom's name.
Chad Morris and Rogetta Morris.
Well, hey, shout out to the Morris family. Thank you for letting us have the opportunity of interviewing your athletic son. And we'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. Thank you, man. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and we are live from the Sonesta Hotel in downtown Dallas. We're here for the Bret Cooper Academic All-American, and I'm here with Isaiah Bray, another one of these awesome athletes from the Bret Cooper Academic All-American, and I just want to get some more information about him as a person and an athlete. So, where are you from? What school you go to, and what position you playing?
I'm from Georgia, but I stay in Virginia. I go to Crestwood Middle School, and then 13 years old.
All right, man. So you're from Georgia and you live in Virginia. So you've been stuck in between two areas with rich football tradition. So what's the comparison and which do you enjoy better, Georgia football or Virginia football?
Well, they both treated me good, but I prefer Georgia football better because I lived there longer and I had better experience.
But I want to know who was better.
Georgia.
Well, hey, he learned a lesson. You never trash your hometown. But anyway, man, outside of football, what are some of the things that interest you in school?
Science, math.
Okay, science, math guy. So do you have any careers in mind behind that, or are you just still filling it out?
Filling it out.
All right, man. So outside of that, what are some of the activities you like to do for fun?
Play basketball, hang around with friends.
All right, man. Now, what position you playing basketball?
Shooting guard, power forward.
Now, are you a hooper, or are you just, you kind of dribble the ball around from time to time?
Hooper.
All right. I'll take your word for it. Now, before we go ahead and move on to our next interviewer, man, we got to ask you, man, you came a long way to get out here. You got a lot of family members that have been supporting you. Is there somebody you want to bring shine and light to while you have the opportunity?
My parents, my mom, dad, family, and friends.
Let's put some names on mom and dad.
Ronald Bray and Maya Bray.
All right, shout out to the whole Bray clan. Thank you for lending us your well-spoken son. We'll talk to you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. We are back, another interview. We've got Tyler Is it Hatton?
Yeah, Hatton.
Oh, I'm so glad I got it right. Tyler Hatton, man, he's come a long way to come down here and play football with the Bret Cooper Academic All-American. So we want to get some information about this young man before we get to game day Sunday. So is this your first Bret Cooper?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So have you been enjoying the experience?
Yeah, so far. It's been nice.
All right. So what are some of the things that you were able to learn at the practice today?
I guess just when I'm with my line, because I am a lineman.
Hey.
Learned some new blocking and stances, I guess. Some stuff I've never seen before.
All right, man. So are you interested in any other sports?
Basketball.
Basketball. You look like a hooper. What do you play?
Center.
Center. Okay. So is there any of the talents or skill set that you take from basketball that you bring over to football?
Honestly, I don't think that I bring that much over, but
footwork. You're a lineman,
Yeah,
you
I
need
was just
footwork,
about to
and
say that.
center is footwork.
I'm just about to say that. Yeah, footwork was one of the things I did bring over from basketball, because in basketball everything's about footwork. Center, it's all footwork inside, outside, and then O-line, even D-line a little bit,
All footwork.
all footwork.
All right, most definitely, man. You got to shine importance on that whenever you can. So outside of school and football, is there anything else that piques your interest? What do you do for fun?
Do for fun? I don't know. I mean, I game.
All right. Well, are you good at gaming? Yeah. All right. So are you brave enough to drop your gamer tag? Because the live livers will come for you. They go looking for people. So you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to find out, can we drop your gamer tag, and are you going to be able to hold your own once the live livers come for you?
Yeah, well, I might. Depends on the game.
All right, man. So, I mean, depending on what you're trying to play, we can drop it. We trying to find out. So what do you play?
Madden.
Madden? Okay. So he wants the Madden smoke. Let's get that drop.
My username is PS4. My username is jhat8183, JHAT8183.
All right, most definitely. Now, before we go ahead and wrap this up, man, it's some proud people that got you here, and they want their recognition. So let's start off with moms and dads, and we'll move on to the rest of the important people.
My mother's name is Lisa Hatton, and my dad's name is J.R. Hatton.
That's all right, man. Big shout out to the Hattons. This is his first interview. I'm asking him all kinds of weird questions, but I appreciate him taking time out of his busy schedule to sit down with us. And we'll see you guys next time at Semi. Yes. This is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and if you can see that glow and ambience in me, that's because I've got my guy Luke here. And outside of me being good friends with Luke because he's an awesome athlete and a great person and a great student, he's also my last interview of the day, man. So my man Luke, you get all the extra time. We're going to pull out some extra bells and whistles because we are done after this. So Luke, man, Where are you from, big dog?
New Braunfels, Texas.
New Brownsville. Oh, we got some South Texas kids in the house. Man, I love going down to South Texas. Actually, we're going to be in McAllen, Texas for the King of the South tournament, January 9th through the 7th, so tune in for that. We just came back from Corpus and Alice for the Winter Bowl. We were down there, we're going to be down there for the Smash Mouth tournament, and we were out there for the Sweetwater Shootout in Aquadosa, Texas. So, man, I'm a little familiar with your area of the world. So you come from a place with a rich football tradition that maybe doesn't get as much shine as it should, because there's plenty of athletes down there. We're not taking the time to go find out that they're there. So tell us, man, what's South Texas football like?
Just the same type of football, basically, kind of. It just,
It's all right. It's all right. So what youth programs did you play for?
CFPO.
CFPO, what does that stand for?
I don't know.
It was cool initials.
Cops, firefighters, police organization.
Oh, so it was the, what's it called?
Policeman that started the organization.
Oh, was it its own independent league down in Anna? I mean, not in Anna, and down in New Braunfels. Okay. So during your time playing for that organization, man, how'd you enjoy it? Is that where you started playing football, or did you have an organization before that?
I had an organization before that.
Okay. So what position do you play?
I play center and defensive end.
Okay. So you play any other sports?
Baseball.
Baseball. So what position you play in baseball?
Third base.
Third base. So what are some of the skills that you take from the baseball field, and how do you apply them to your football game?
Getting low and
Hey, that's the first thing you want to hear from a lineman. I've had a lot of linemen come over here. He's the first one that said the 101 of the lineman position, getting low. All right, so I'm expecting to see some big things from you right there. That was impressive to me. But go ahead and continue.
And then running.
I mean, that pretty much wraps up everything that you need to be able to do as a lineman. So what your school, you guys are in school, what grade are you in right now? Seventh grade, your first year of middle school. So how have you been enjoying the transition, and what's your favorite subject?
I've been enjoying the transition, and my favorite subject is I think ELA.
ELA. So English language arts. Mm-hmm. So what's your favorite part of that English discipline? Are you a reader or are you a writer?
Reader.
Reader, okay. Do you do any independent reading, or you kind of just tear up whatever they give you at school?
Both.
Both, okay. So what are some of the books you've been enjoying reading outside of school?
Sports books, and that's really it, just sports books.
All right. So outside of that, man, we're getting towards the end of the interview, man. You know how we have to do. We always going to give you a chance to show some shine and some love to those who have supported you. So what we wanted to know, man, is there anybody at home, any people that have always been there for you that you want to give a shout out to or thank you while you have the opportunity?
All my family and my friends.
All right, man. Well, definitely shout out your pops and your moms, and then we can leave other people ambiguous.
Yeah. My dad, my mom, my brother, my sister, and the rest of my family.
All right, man. Well, big shout out to the Villanuevas. Thank you so much for allowing us to borrow your son for this great interview. It's been my pleasure. But until next time, if you want to see this man on the field, he's going to be live in action Sunday from DeSoto High School at the Bret Cooper Academic All-American. You can check him out live along with the rest of these amazing athletes. This will be our final interview of today. Be on the lookout. We're going to have the Kenny Long Show going live starting at 9:30. And until next time, we'll see you again on Semi-Pro Live. Hi, folks. This is Channing Humphrey on Semi-Pro Live. I'm here with Grayson Thurston, and he's another one of these great academic All-American athletes. And I know I said some things about the last one. No, this is really the last one now. So now Grayson is my favorite interviewer of the day. Still shout out to the Villanuevas, man, but Grayson, it's just something special about that last one, big dog. So where you from, man?
Michigan.
Michigan. I'm from Akron, so I'm going to forgive you for that, you know. Are you a Michigan fan?
Yes.
Why? I mean, I guess they just won a championship, you know, I guess. Anyways, so he's a Michigan fan. He might end up at that great, prestigious university. I'll tell you this, one thing about Michigan, since I'm an Ohio person, I can never love the school, but if they gave my son a scholarship, I wouldn't be mad about it. So it's one of those weird situations. So, man, let's talk about your school career. Where are you currently going to school, and what grade are you in?
I'm in 6th grade, and I go to Peace Lutheran.
Okay. So you're on your last year of elementary school. So what are some of the things that you're looking forward to as you transition into middle school football?
Playing with new kids.
Okay. A little bit bigger of a talent pool, so you get to see how far your talent can go. I can definitely understand that. So, are you involved in any sports or clubs at your school outside of football?
I'm with RJB Romeo Junior Bulldogs.
Okay. So what is that?
Like we're in like a league, tackle league.
Is that football or is it?
Yeah, football.
Okay. Well, you have any other ones outside of your football?
Oh, baseball and basketball.
Yeah, man, we want to showcase you're an all-around athlete. So you do baseball and basketball? All right, so what are your positions in basketball and what are your positions in baseball?
In baseball, I play second base and outfield and pitcher.
Okay.
And in basketball, it's like center, small forward.
All right, so what position do you play in football, and how do you feel that your baseball and basketball careers affect your football career?
I play quarterback, and in baseball, just throwing the ball.
So are you one of those quarterbacks that play around with arm angles? Because you're right down the street from, why can't I remember his name? This shame. Highland Park quarterback. Matt Stafford. We're right down the street from Matt Stafford's home school. Actually, he's from Highland Park. And I can't remember this now, his best homie who plays on the Dodgers, Kirkshaw. They're both Highland Park products. They played football. Kirkshaw was his tight end when they were in high school. And they're actually their school's probably only maybe 5-6 miles away from the hotel. You might want to check it out, if you want to go do a little digging around while you're out here in Dallas. But just want to get back to you. So outside of athletics in school, do you have anything that sparks your interest?
Not really.
Never say that again. So let's make something up. So outside of athletics in school, you got anything that sparks your interest?
Yeah.
No, all right, man. You a gamer? What do you do?
Yeah, I play Xbox.
All right. So we got to apply pressure. What games do you play?
Call of Duty, Madden, Fortnite.
So you play the classics. Are you brave enough to drop your gamer tag?
Gray the Snake.
Oh, hold on. You need to say that a little bit louder with some depth in your voice. Hold on.
Gray the Snake.
All right, man. We're going to come see what you're talking about, big dog. All right. I respect that. Now, outside of that, man, you know how these interviews go. We get towards the end. But before we let you go, we definitely want to give you a chance to support the people who supported you. So do you have any friends, family, or even organizations that have given you support over the years that you want to give a thank you to while you have the opportunity?
Mom and Dad, Gino, Carter, and Ian.
Okay. Well, hey, man, big shout out to the Graysons. This is a very very well-spoken man. We're excited to see what he's going to do when he's in action. He's going to be playing quarterback at the Bret Cooper Academic All-American. You can catch him here live, right here on Semi-Pro Live for free. No charge, no pay-per-view. We'll have the full All-Star game, all the action, sideline footage, everything you could want. Tune in here on Sunday, and until next time, we'll see you guys live on Semi-Pro Live. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and we got one more. We got Landon Wood, man. He's from Benjamin, Texas, one of the West Texas athletes that have made their way on down, man. So while I got a moment to talk to the young man, I just want to get a little bit more information about you and the community that you come from. So where are you currently going to school, and what position do you play?
I go to school in Benjamin, Texas, and I play defensive end for a six-man football team.
Okay, six-man football, man. So for the folks at home, because a lot of these kids are from the East Coast, they don't really have six-man football where they're from. So tell us about six-man football.
And it's pretty simple. I play the defensive side of the ball, where you have two safeties, two linebackers, and two defensive ends.
Okay.
It's the defense we run.
So is there any particular rules about lining up the defense, or is it kind of stop it how you can?
Yeah, the coach will line it up however he wants to.
Okay. Now, outside of that, man, what else do you do for fun outside of school and football?
Hang out with family is about it.
All right. Well, tell us about your hometown.
Ain't a lot out there. Ain't really much to do. We got a pool and a park, and that's about it.
All right. Now, we'll tell you this. I'm from Akron, Ohio. You know where that's at?
I do not.
Akron, Ohio is a little town that's right outside of Cleveland. That's where LeBron's from. But it would have been a suburb back in the day, but it's moved past suburb to like an inner city, so it's the hood. And, you know, I'm from Akron, and when I moved down here to Texas, one of the funnest things it was in life was to go from living in Akron to living in Arlington, in suburban life, in Six Flags, and Cowboy Stadium. But one thing I never do, and I'll never do, and I suggest you never do, is never talk down on your hometown. You live, those are the people, regardless if it's fun or not, those are the people that are always going to be there to support you, have your back. So, you know, I don't know what I was looking at in the background. I saw somebody moving my luggage cart. Anyways, so outside of that, man, always show your hometown love, because regardless of how fun or boring it is where you got your start. But so outside of that, man, are you interested in any other sports?
Football is my main sport.
Football is your main sport. So what age did you start playing?
I think I started playing when I was 10.
10, okay. So, you know, in Texas, that's kind of late to the sport. A lot of kids will start when they're 4. So at 10, you might have been a part of the decision. You know, at 4, I tell my son he's going to go play football. At 10, you probably had some decision-making in that. So did you decide you wanted to play football, or is it something that your parents came home with?
I decided I wanted to try it.
What actually attracted you to the sport?
It was something I wanted to try for a long time. And I was finally able to talk my mother into letting me play.
Hey, my grandmother lives in California, and she had it in her mind that the Texas football coaches were putting steroids in the water. So first they wouldn't let me play. So to even get the opportunity to play in 7th grade, I had to forge my mother's name on the signature, and then I snuck out there. And I was playing for like 4 weeks before she actually found out I was playing football. So I completely understand that point. And I always feel like kids who pick the sport for themselves, they enjoy it more. Like part of the reason why you are so focused on football is because this was an activity you chose for yourself. It's not like school where you have to go. This is one of your, you know, as a young person, this is one of your first major decisions. So I applaud you on it and wish you the best of luck. Before we wrap this up, man, we like to give everyone an opportunity to show some love or bring some shine to their family members. So is there anybody who you've been, I don't know why I lost my focus. Probably because I haven't eaten. Is there anybody who's always been there for you, who's been offering you support throughout the years that you want to bring shine to while you have the opportunity?
My mother and my father.
Let's get some names on those fine people, man.
Heather and Robert.
Well, hey, man, Heather and Robert, thank you for lending us your son. He's definitely a well-spoken young man. We're going to, like I said the last time, we're going to have all the action live here on Semi-Pro Live. It'll be a free broadcast. Share, like the page, and make sure that we give these young men the exposure that they're looking for. But until next time, we'll see you guys in a couple of hours. We're going to have the Kenny Long Show live. But until then, this is Channing Humphrey signing off. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.